Hey everybody, so today I'm going to be making a different version of my keto chicken enchilada. I'm going to be doing a beef and bean today. I already have my organic ground beef down here thawing for me from the freezer, so that's what I'm going to be using. That's about 16 ounces total of meat down there. I am going to be using some kidney beans. I know that most people on a keto diet do not consume any type of legume at all. However, I'm pregnant right now and I'm trying to make healthier, smarter choices when it comes to higher things in protein and adding in a little more carbs that are healthier carbs. So as you can see, there's 19 carbs with 8 grams of fiber in here for the whole can with 7 grams of protein. That's for only half of a cup. So you can see there's 3.5 servings in this can of just that. So this is adding a lot of carbs to this. So if you do want to omit the beans and just do beef enchilada, I actually, for most people sticking to a strict keto diet, would recommend that. I'm just adding beans just to give myself a little bit of what I consider, quote unquote, good carbs. I'm going to be using coconut oil, olive oil. I have about 3/4 of a head of cabbage already sliced up in here in water that's going to be boiling. Normally I use the tomatoes with diced chilies and tomato paste. However, I do not have that today, so I'm having to improvise. So I'm using the Aldi pizza sauce and thick and chunky salsa that I will be spicing it up with, of course, my Flavor God spices, Taco Tuesday with a little bit of garlic lovers. I will be mixing all of that together with my meat in this pan. I will keep the cabbage separate, boiling in this pan. It will take about 14 minutes for both sides to get done before I can place it in my casserole dish to bake later with some cheese. So once we get going, I'll show you guys what all this looks like. Okay, just to go over the ingredients, I'm using about 2 tablespoons of coconut oil as well as olive oil lined in the bottom of the pan. I'm going to use about 4 tablespoons of my salsa, and I'm only going to use about maybe 2 ounces of the pizza sauce just because I really don't want the pizza-y flavor, but I am going to use the entire can of the beans, and then I just use the seasoning to flavor as I like it. So we like a pretty heavy taco flavor on ours, so I'll be using more of the taco than the garlic, but it's really just up to you as far as what seasonings you use. You can also grab some of the seasoning packets that you find at the grocery store. I will say the reason that I really like Flavor God is because there is no, let me see if I can get this focus, there is no sugar. So you see 0 carbs. There's no sugar in these at all. You do not need sugar in any kind of chili or taco or anything like that seasoning. The seasonings you'll find at the regular grocery store are going to have that. I'm also going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. So I'm going to go ahead and get started making this as well as that. Both should take about 14 minutes each, and then I'll be putting it in the casserole dish after that. Okay, so once your meat is really cooking, I also want to note that along with the other ingredients I gave you measurements for, I also used 1 cup of my organic chicken broth in here as well. That's why this looks a little soupier. Once you see that your meat is really starting to brown and all of your other sauces and spices have really mixed really well together and it's very fragrant, please note I normally add fresh chopped onions to this as well as chopped jalapenos. My husband, doesn't really want anything spicy tonight, so I'm leaving out the jalapenos and I'm out of onions. But feel free to add any kind of vegetables you want to this. Add, some peppers to it, sweet or spicy, whatever your flavor palette likes and whatever your macros are going to allow for you to do. Once the meat is brown and looks a little soupy like this, that's when you're going to go ahead and add your beans and let it cook until your cabbage is finished as well. So again, both of these will cook for about 14 minutes total. Okay, after the 14 minutes is up, I took a little bit of my Everything Spicy Flavor God. I went ahead and put all of my cabbage in the bottom of this casserole dish that is also lined with olive oil so that nothing sticks. Put a little bit of the spice on top. You do not have to do the spice if you don't like a lot of spice. It's just my personal, thing that I do. I'm now going to pour the entire meat and bean mixture on top of this, and I'm going to be topping with 2 different kinds of cheeses. This is just what I have. I'm going to be using mozzarella as well as some mild cheddar. This is also really good if you use a jalapeno cheese or any kind of spicy cheese as well. And I'm going to be using about 1 cup each of both kinds of cheeses. Okay, so this is what the finished product looks like from this side. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop this in my oven at 350 for about 25 to 35 minutes. You're really just looking for everything to kind of melt together, the cheese to get a little bubbly. You don't want it to burn. And then this will also go into 8 different individual sections. And we will be eating it tonight with a little bit of sour cream. This is what the final product will look like. I'm now going to cut it into 8 individual sections, and we'll go ahead and get it served up for dinner. Okay, this is what the beef and bean enchilada looks like. You guys feel free to follow me at ketosismom.net. You can also follow me on Instagram at ketosismom, and Twitter and Facebook at the Ketosis Mom. Hope you guys enjoy this quick and easy recipe.